Hey everyone, Meteorologist Collin Rogers here. We're keeping an eye on some severe thunderstorms that are moving through West Michigan. So I'll be with you here as these severe thunderstorms continue to push through the area. And Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson, he's currently in the studio breaking in. If there is a tornado warning, I will be heading towards the studio to assist Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson. But right now we do have some severe thunderstorm warnings, and this is a good opportunity to stay going constant and not have to break in or not have to go back and forth, right? So right now I'm gonna pull up satellite and radar here, Doppler radar. Just give me a second to do that real quick and kind of go over a few things. We do have a few warnings right now in place, severe thunderstorm warnings for Berrien County, Western Cass County, and Van Buren County. You can see that right now. I'll go ahead and make this screen a little bigger so you can see that a little better. And I'll zoom in here on satellite radar. So the main threat is going to be some damaging wind gusts as this moves through. You can see that line of thunderstorms just moved through Berrien County, and it's moving into the area of Dowagiac, Hartford, and Van Buren County, and across portions of Western Cass County. Right now, this warning in Berrien and Cass County goes until 8:30 p.m. And they've issued this warning for the potential of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and also some penny-sized hail is possible. In Van Buren County, that warning also for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts could have some small hail in there, and that warning goes until 9 p.m. So once again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Van Buren until 9 p.m. For Western Cass County now really is the concern, is going to be until 8:45 p.m. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible with this line of thunderstorms that is going to move through that region. So right now, you can kind of see it. Let me get a little pointer finger up here so it's a little easier for me to show you what's going on. So this line right here, that's what we're concerned about. You can see this bowing going on right now, moving into Dowagiac. That's probably going to be where those strongest winds occur. I'm going to stop radar right now. You see how this kind of bows out? So if you're in the area of Dowagiac, we could be dealing with some strong wind gusts as this storm passes through. I'm going to flip on velocity here, and this basically shows us wind gusts, right? So how strong those winds are with these storms. So I'm going to zoom in on velocity, and I'm going to pause it, and we can kind of just like look around at some wind gusts and see if anything pops up. So some stronger winds up here in southwestern Van Buren County, probably estimating some good 50, 60 mile per hour winds. This is an area that's far away from radar, though, I will say that. So sometimes it's hard to pick up on the winds at the surface, but radar is estimating about 50 to 60 mile per hour winds right now in portions of southwestern Van Buren and northeastern Cass counties as this line of thunderstorms, this bow of thunderstorms pushes through West Michigan. Now this is moving to the north and the east at about 50 miles per hour. So it's moving rather quickly and will probably be to Kalamazoo here over the next hour. So I'm going to go ahead and draw kind of a storm track so we can get an idea of if this holds strength, if this storm stays as strong as it is. I'm gonna kind of lay a track and track this over the next hour or so. So it's moving to the northeast at about 55 miles per hour. So that would put it to Kalamazoo around 8:45 p.m. if it holds strength. There is the chance that it may weaken, but if it does stay as powerful as it is right now, this will probably be extended into portions of St. Joseph and into Kalamazoo County. So right now we do have that warning for Cass County and for Van Buren County. They have gone ahead and trimmed Berrien County out of that severe thunderstorm warning. So Berrien County, you are clear of the severe thunderstorm. This is now focused on Cass County and Van Buren County. Radar actually starting to show some stronger winds now. So I'm actually looking at a little better velocity right now on my tablet here. This is a radar scope. You can't actually see it because of the green screen. But right now, I would say that's estimating winds of, let's see here. That's probably estimating winds of about 60 to 65 miles per hour right now, moving through northwestern Cass County and southwestern Van Buren County. So some pretty strong winds that could lead to trees down, power outages. We don't have any tornadoes right now, but certainly you want to get to your safe place. If you're outside, get in a sturdy structure. If you're inside, get away from windows. These are the kind of winds that can take down trees. You don't want that, something crashing through your window, right? So stay away from windows. Get into more interior location if you are right now in portions of Western Cass or Van Buren counties. Those are the areas right now that we're tracking that are under a severe thunderstorm warning. I'm going to get back into that in just a second here, but I do want to show you that we do have a watch for other areas. So Van Buren County, Kalamazoo County, Calhoun, Berry and Cass, St. Joseph Branch, all under a severe thunderstorm watch until 1 a.m. So that means that conditions are favorable for the development of severe thunderstorms. If you're under a warning, that's when you need to take immediate action. And right now, those places that are under that severe thunderstorm warning include Western Cass and Van Buren counties. I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of my water here. So radar estimating some 55 to 65 mile per hour wind gusts. That severe thunderstorm warning continues to reflect that. They have it going until 9 p.m. for Van Buren County, and they have it going until 8:45 for Western Cass County. This storm looks to be holding strength right now. Some strong gusty winds moving through portions of Western Cass and Van Buren counties. I will say, if we flip over to velocity real quick, I don't know why it keeps moving to the north and the east. There was some very, very broad rotation in northeastern Berrien County. So we're going to keep an eye on that. I don't see any rotation right now, but that's something we'll keep a close eye on. Sometimes when we get those kinks in the line like we're seeing right now, moving through the Dowagiac and moving towards Decatur, sometimes you can get a quick spin-up tornado. So the National Weather Service in Western Cass County does have a severe thunderstorm warning in place, but they have the tag that says there may potentially be a quick spin-up tornado. So that's just something to keep in mind. Even though it's not a tornado warning, you could have those quick little spin-ups, and that's why we want you to get into your safe space. We want you to get to the lowest floor, most interior room of your sturdy structure if you are in Western Cass or Berrien County right now, particularly southwestern Van Buren County is where that line is going through. This will continue to move further to the north and the east. So if you're in Matawan, right now is when you want to start getting to your safe place. Waverly, Arlington, anywhere in Van Buren County. But right now, where the stuff's going on, where the action is taking place, is in southwestern Van Buren County. It's about to move into the Decatur area, the Lawrence area. If you're anywhere in that region, we want you to go ahead and get in your safe space. Right now, there's a severe thunderstorm warning in place until 9 p.m. for Van Buren County, but we could get those quick little spin-up tornadoes that occur in that region. So I'll go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and look at, we have this National Weather Service chat. Basically, a whole bunch of meteorologists are chatting in here, and I'm just wanting to see if they have any important information for us. It looks like down in Cass County, Indiana, so that's just south of the Michigan-Indiana line. They do have some trees down and some power poles down. This is the same storm that did that. It's now traveling through portions of western Cass County, Michigan, and Van Buren County. So we just want to keep that in mind. This storm has a history of bringing down power lines and bringing down trees. So if you're in this area, please get to your safe space. We're going to be seeing some strong winds passing by as this line of storms moves through the area. So let's kind of go in, we'll zoom in, we'll flip back to satellite, or we'll flip back to Doppler radar rather, and let's go ahead and talk about some more specific areas. So Decatur, if you're on M51, anywhere around Decatur, especially north of Decatur, this is heading in your direction. If you're west of Decatur, this is probably already happening, right? We're seeing those strong winds picking up, and rain is imminent. Lawrence, if you're on 94, anywhere around Lawrence, if you're in West Bangor, if you're in Arlington, these storms are about to move into your area. I'm going to go ahead and lay over another storm track. This storm is moving to the north and the east at about 55 miles per hour. So I'll go ahead and lay a storm track here, and you can get an idea of the timing of when this storm is expected to be in your location. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this Doppler radar. Bear with me here for 1 second as I draw this. This is heading to the northeast at about 55 miles per hour. If this gets continued to the north and the east, we're looking at portions of Kalamazoo County that are under the gun, right? So Antwerp, 8:30, that's when we're looking at for you. This line is continuing to move off to the north and the east at about 55 miles per hour. Just got a report of a pretty decent wind gust. I'm going to flip back over here. a 54 mile per hour wind gust at the South Bend Airport. This is this storm right now that's moving through Cass County. So this storm, once again, it has a history of producing some gusty winds, some very strong damaging winds. So you want to make sure that you're in your safe place, and you want to make sure that you're away from windows. So for now, all right, they're just talking about some other storms further south here on the National Weather Service chat. Pardon me if I get a little distracted every once in a while. Sometimes they'll write some longer messages, and I just want to make sure I'm reading through it and I'm not missing anything important. So right now, still seeing some strong winds with this storm as it moves through portions of Van Buren and Cass County. The National Weather Service down in northern Indiana did say they're probably going to extend this warning further east. So the rest of Cass County and portions of St. Joseph County, you're next. You're probably going to see a severe thunderstorm warning issued here very shortly, as this storm continues to look pretty good as it continues to move off to the north and the east at about 55 miles per hour. So Three Rivers, you'll probably be under a warning here very shortly. It would be into your area probably in the next 30, 45 minutes or so. Right now, though, if you're in portions of Van Buren County, if you're anywhere in northeast of Lawrence, this is moving in your direction. Matawan area, this is moving towards your direction. We'll probably be there in the next 5-10 minutes. Decatur, you're probably getting in on the action right about now. Dowagiac, you're seeing that heavy rain. Behind the system, we'll have a little bit of steadier rain, but the gusty winds and the real heavy rain is at the very start of this line. That's where we're going to see the worst impacts from this system. And as this continues to move off to the north and the east, we're going to stay here tracking it for you and bring you the latest updates when we receive them. But for now, the National Weather Service has not issued any new warnings quite yet, but that severe thunderstorm warning in western Cass County will likely be extended here. They actually, okay, so they canceled it. Okay, yeah. So we still have that severe thunderstorm warning for western Cass County. They'll likely expand that further off to the east, because right now we're already seeing that storm at the very eastern edge of this warning. So I'm assuming they're going to extend that any minute now. But any area in Cass County now, expect some strong gusty winds and very heavy rain. Also some quite a bit of lightning right now appearing in this storm. So we want you inside. We want you in your safe space. We want you on the lowest floor, most interior room. So go to the basement if you have one. If not, find a closet, a bathroom, somewhere like that to go to as the storm passes through. You know, typically we say that for tornado warnings, but it's good practice to do that for severe thunderstorm warnings too, just in case a tree falls, anything like that, that can easily happen with severe thunderstorm warnings, such as so. We do have reports of around 50 to 55 mile per hour wind gusts with this storm, which is enough to bring down power lines. It's enough to bring down some larger branches, maybe a tree, a weaker tree or so. And there could be some stronger wind gusts within this line of storms moving through portions of Van Buren and Cass counties. So we'll go ahead and switch over back to velocity here. I do want to check and see if there's any little kinks in the line. Sometimes that can lead to a quick spin up tornado. Right now, I'm not seeing that, but you'll notice these brighter shades showing up around Decatur. And it's going to flip because we're flipping to two different radars. But just south of Decatur and around the Lawrence area is where those strongest winds are showing up. We're going to see gusty winds along this entire line. But in terms of the strongest winds right now, those are showing up around the Decatur area and around the Lawrence area. So if you're in those areas, if you're northeast of those areas, you'll want to take shelter now. This is moving towards M40, south of 94. It'll continue north of 94. It'll just be there a little later. So Matawan and Paw Paw, you're up next. Lawton as well. This will be here any minute now. I'm going to go ahead and lay another storm track so we can go ahead and get an estimate of when it will hit your house if you are under these warnings right now. Let me go ahead and get this loaded real quick. I'm going to freeze it so I'm showing the most current information. And I'm going to go ahead and lay a storm track here. to the north and the east at about 55 miles per hour. This might be a little gracious. So this is looking at moving through like the Matawan area. As I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and see if I can get some more cities that actually pop up on this list. Pardon me, I'm on a laptop right now, so I don't have a mouse or anything to deal with. They went ahead and canceled that severe thunderstorm warning for Cass County. So we are seeing some weaker winds for the southern part of the storm, but the threat is still there for Van Buren County and extreme northern Cass County as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put this at about 55 miles per hour to the north and the east. All right, so Paw around 8:30. This is moving in your direction. It'll be there in the next 5 minutes or so. They'll probably go ahead and extend this warning into Kalamazoo if this severe thunderstorm holds its strength. In that case, it would be to the Portage area around 8:45. It'd be around Kalamazoo the same time, and then it would continue to move further off to the north and the east. But right now, if you're in the Paw area, Matawan, you need to be getting into your safe space now. We could have some gusty winds, some strong damaging winds as these storms pass the area right now. The highest estimated winds on radar I'm seeing are just east of Decatur. So Lawton, Paw, Matawan, that's kind of heading in your direction, especially the Lawton area. And this would further move into the Portage area. That's still not under a warning. Kalamazoo County still is not under a warning, but this is something we're going to stay on YouTube with you and watch in case they do extend this warning a little further to the north and the east. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and check the National Weather Service chat and see if there's any important information. Looks like there's some more damage with storms further off to the south that don't impact us. There was a wind gust of 52 miles per hour in Benton Heights in Berrien County. So this storm has a history of producing some strong winds, and it still looks like it's doing so in portions of Van Buren County, particularly right now. I'm going to go ahead and analyze some of our velocity right now. Looking like, yeah, the strongest wind still just west of Lawton. So Paw Lawton, you're going to be seeing this in the next couple minutes here. You're probably already seeing those wind gusts picking up, and strong winds and rain will follow. If anyone has reports from the area, please feel free to chime in. That would be awesome. Right now, though, the areas of biggest concern, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this storm track here, as that's getting a little outdated. The greatest areas of concern right now are areas like Waverly, Paw, Lawton. You're going to be seeing the strongest part of this storm. You are still under a severe thunderstorm warning until 9 p.m. for 60 mile per hour wind gusts possible. Could see some small hail, but right now the winds are the biggest concern. We could see a spin up tornado occur. You know, we are seeing some kinks in the velocity, some kinks in the in radar. Right now, just south of I-94 near the Paw exit. So that is something that could lead to a quick spin up tornado. We're going to keep a very close eye on that. Right now, I'm not seeing a whole lot of rotation showing up on velocity. That shows us kind of wind speed and wind direction. Not seeing a lot of rotation, but there's just enough that, and things can change quickly, that we're keeping a close eye on that. So the National Weather Service does have a potential tornado tag, even though this is just severe thunderstorm warned. Either way, though, you know, severe thunderstorm warnings, severe thunderstorms themselves can do just as much damage as a tornado warning. All right, seeing some updates from areas further south. Right now, no big updates for us here in West Michigan. Right now, there's some talk of a potential tornado to the south. But that does not affect us here in West Michigan. Just some gusty winds, some strong damaging winds in portions of Van Buren County. That's going to be the main concern here over the next 5 to 10 minutes. If this holds strength, I wouldn't be surprised if Kalamazoo County goes under a severe thunderstorm warning any minute now. You know, this is moving pretty quickly off to the north and the east. It could be into Kalamazoo, the Portage area as early as 8:45. And we're still seeing some bowing occurring right now across portions of eastern Van Buren County. You see this, how this kind of bows out right here? That usually indicates some strong damaging winds. So we're going to keep a close eye on this as it continues to move off to the north and the east towards the Kalamazoo and the Portage area. Right now, we're not hearing of any reports of wind damage in Van Buren County. Those reports could come in a little later. I'm not seeing a whole lot of rotation, which is some great news, but we're going to keep a close eye on that as the storm continues to move off to the north and the east. So right now, those strongest winds moving right over Lawton, moving right over Paw Paw. Matawan, you're next. This storm is moving into your area. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here a little closer so we can see a little better. So if you're along M40, you're getting it right now. If you're to the east of M40, that's where it's heading next. So along I-94, along Red Arrow Highway, if you're east of Paw Paw, this is moving in your direction. Matawan, Lawton, you're probably already hearing that rain starting to fall, those gusty winds picking up. And this is moving towards Texas Township and Portage and Kalamazoo. The strongest winds from this storm are moving towards Portage, Kalamazoo, and Texas Township, would be here in this area over the next 15 minutes or so. So this is something we're going to watch as this continues to move further off to the north and the east. Right now, though, if you're in the area east of Paw Paw or Lawton, if you're in Matawan, we want you to get in your safe space, the lowest floor and most interior room right now. Will's actually just texted me right now, meteorologist Will Haney. I'm going to go ahead and answer him back real quick. But right now, I'm assuming that they're going to extend this warning a little further to the east, including Kalamazoo County. And this would be for some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts if this storm holds its strength, which right now it looks to be doing so. I'm going to go ahead and just take a look at the chat and make sure I'm not missing anything here. All right, not seeing any other updates. But right now, we're still tracking this thunderstorm. That right now, the warning is for all of Van Buren County, but if you're in eastern Van Buren County, that's where you're going to be seeing these gusty winds and could be dealing with some heavy rain, some lightning as well right now with this storm as it moves further off to the north and the east. You know, it still looks strong to me, but it doesn't look as powerful as what it did just even about 5-10 minutes ago, which is some good news. Either way, though, if you're in the Matawan area, this is going to be in your area over the next few minutes. Now is the good time to get into your safe space. But this storm does look to be weakening. So we'll see if they go ahead and extend this warning into Kalamazoo County or not. Either way, we're going to have heavy rain. We're going to have some gusty winds, maybe not to the point where it's going to be severe criteria, which is 58-mile-per-hour winds or stronger. But either way, we could have some 40, 50-mile-per-hour gusts as this line of storm moves through. Still seeing some 50, 55-mile-per-hour wind gusts estimated on satellite or on radar right now, more so around 50 miles per hour. So they may not extend this severe thunderstorm warning, but we're still going to be dealing with a strong thunderstorm as it moves into Kalamazoo County. Those strongest winds right now, mainly just south of I-94 in areas just between Matawan and Lawton right now is where I'm seeing those strongest winds. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. So it's kind of where we get this bowing is where those strongest winds are, as expected. So kind of right here. So if you're just south of I-94, along or just south of I-94 in eastern Van Buren County, that's where we're seeing the strongest winds with this storm right now. So we'll go ahead and see if they extend this warning into Kalamazoo County. If that happens, it would probably be here over the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes or so. But they might not. You know, winds not looking quite as strong as they were just moments ago with some of these latest scans of our radar, which is some great news. Right now, though, they have yet to extend that warning into Kalamazoo County. So right now, it's still moving to the northeast at about 50, 55 miles per hour. They were extending from a line from Bloomingdale to Lawton, which matches up, and they're moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Could have some 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Areas like Pawpaw, or not Pawpaw, Matawan, you're going to be up next for some strong gusty winds. They're going to go ahead and issue a special weather statement for a strong thunderstorm for Kalamazoo County. So this warning will not be continued. This warning is going to go ahead and expire. And for Kalamazoo County, they're issuing a special weather statement for some strong thunderstorms. Not quite severe level, but we could still see some 40, 55 mile per hour gusts in this storm as it moves through Kalamazoo County. So they have wind gusts as high as 50 miles per hour possible for Kalamazoo County. That's going to include areas like, Portage, Texas Township, Kalamazoo, Oshtemo, Schoolcraft, Vicksburg, Scotts. You're all going to be dealing with this line of rain and storms that moves through. It's just not going to be, right now, those winds are not severe thunderstorm criteria. So just expect some gusty winds. May see some branches come down here or there, but we're not expecting any severe winds with this storm as of now. That's why they're not going to go ahead and extend this warning. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. If you're in Kalamazoo County, we could be dealing with some gusty winds, not quite severe level, and some heavy rain as the storm moves through, but they're not going ahead with that severe thunderstorm warning. So I'm going to go ahead and end this stream, catch up with Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson. We'll be here in the studio, and if there are any severe thunderstorm warnings that continue to be issued, we will, of course, be on Facebook, YouTube, and breaking in on TV periodically if needed. For now, though, expect a stronger thunderstorm to move through Kalamazoo. Luckily, right now, we're not seeing this as a severe thunderstorm warning. We could still have some branches come down, so be aware of that as this strong storm continues to move off to the north and the east. Me and Keith will be here for live weather updates if needed. Stick with News Channel 3 for the very latest if a warning is issued for your area. Stay safe, everyone.